absolutely ancient. The ego is new, subjectivity is new, pathology is new. But we house an ancestral intelligence that is unmined, untapped, except by the few geniuses. Rozak goes on to say that id conserves from its long maturing process our treasury of ecological intelligence. Its intractability stems from its deeply ingrained resistance to all social forms that endanger the harmony of the human and the natural. Its untamed selfishness represents a bond between psyche and cosmos whose distant origins reach back to the initial conditions of the Big Bang. So the resistance, of the unconscious to being changed or being chained is because it has its own agenda. You can't invite an angel into a bird box. Just as there is a wisdom of the body, he says, which often has a better sense of health than medical science, so too there may be the wisdom of the id that knows what sanity is better than any school of psychiatry, whose standard of normality is essentially a defense of misconceived social necessity. Research has shown, this is Robert Temple saying this, research shows that even under deep hypnosis, part of the mind remains aware. Deep hypnosis. I don't know if most people even understand what that means. They have a grade. And this grade is very interesting because there's only certain suggestible types that can go into this deep form of hypnosis. But for years and years and years, they've studied them. And hypnotists have loosely referred to this deep, subtle field of awareness. Guess what? The self. Well, wait. Rewind. I thought there's no such thing as the self in the I. Or you'd meet the average common or garden skeptic going, that's all a bunch of crap. Well, too bad. The evidence has come in from you know who these people are? SRI, Stanford Research Institute. And their related orgs. Millions of dollars put into this. And they all finally come up with, don't really want to admit this, but guess we better. The self exists. And it's not a social construct. In fact, it resists all forms of control from the external. The term that they used for it is the hidden observer. When these people are put back into hypnotic trances, they know, they can sense, they can hear. It's not physical, of course, it's very remote, it's very intuitive, but they can hear the voice of the therapist to a certain point. And then they go deeper where that reality completely cuts off. And that's quite deep, that's very, very deep. Then they sense themselves, even under a state of hypnosis. And then they sense the other. And after a long period of time, they come up with the term the hidden observer. It's nothing more than the self. As for the deep self, presumed to be identical with Hilgard's hidden observer, standing partially outside of time, there is a great deal of evidence for this phenomenon. Well, shit, guess they just forgot to tell us that in school, huh? Bit of an oversight.